There are people who do not believe that racism exists. Yeah, there are people who believe that. I don't know what percentage of people in America believe that, but I know that that is a narrative that certain journalists push, and people believe it. Man, I feel like sometimes that we're getting dumber. I really do. To just not considering our history of our country, to not believe that. And look, we all have our prejudices. So especially those people out there who said there's not a racist bone in my body. People like that, the most racist people you will ever meet. Because we have to acknowledge that we have some sort of problem inside right before we can deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Like with anything. So if you don't even acknowledge that you could be a little bit racist, maybe you're not going to deal with nothing. You know, it's like with me, I like to think of myself as not being judgy. But if I'm listening to your music and I notice that you've got Miley Cyrus in your music, I am judging the hell out of you. Up and down, all kinds of judgment coming your way. This is how it is, all right? Aggressively judging you. Now, I'm acknowledging that that is a bias I have. I need to work on that, all right? I can't be so aggressive with people who like Miley Cyrus. I got to work on that. It doesn't mean that they're a bad person. Their taste in music's just horrible. No, I have to work on that, but I'm acknowledging it. I'm going to take some baby steps to get better. But if people don't acknowledge that they have those problems, then it's an issue. So back to racism. I'm going to throw a couple of stories your way. Real quick stories. Not even stories, really. I'm just going to mention some Scott Adams. Right, that's the Dilbert dude. Recently, as racist as you can be. Just like all in your face racism. He's like, I don't like black people. F them. I'm not giving them anything anymore. You know what I'm saying? Right in your face racism. Can't even dispute that. Amy Cooper. Y'all remember Amy Cooper? 2020. She's the woman who called the police on the black man who was just watching some birds. And she told the police that he was assaulting her. He was just watching some birds, right? She knew what was going to happen when she called the police. Clear, blatant racism. Liam Neeson. I love me some Liam Neeson. That's my white daddy. I love him. All right. So I'm not condemning the man, but I'm condemning his action. We know the story, right? Where he tells the story himself of someone who was close to him got raped, and he asked this woman who did it. You know, she was like, I don't know, what color was it? Was his next question, and she was like, he was a black man. So he grabbed a stick and ran out and just looking for some black dude to beat up. Blatant racism, right? And I feel like whenever you mention to a white person that whatever could be racist, could be something you did or something you said, or maybe it has nothing to do with them. It's just near them, right? They all of a sudden say, well, there's not a racist bone in my body. You know what I'm saying? Something to that effect. And do you think, well, it's not like racism like Scott Adams racism or Amy Cooper racism or Liam Neeson racism or the Ku Klux Klan racism. It's not like the Klan racism. But and since in their minds are not that bad, they just say, well, I'm not racist at all. And it's crazy to me. There's this dude, we'll say that his name is Doug. It might be Doug, or it might not be Doug. Y'all don't know, all right? Now, one day you will know, because I'm writing a book, not just on this dude, but on a whole place, all right? A whole place. But I'm a patient man. I'm gonna take my time. When the moment is right, I'm gonna get that book. But for now, we'll just say his name is Doug, maybe. And he is over a business, and the owner of the business is what I imagine it would be like to be around Trump. So, but I think really his only boss is this owner. But the dude, Doug, is over this business. And this business, everyone who's doing the main work of this business, like the production people who are making tons of people like Doug lots and lots of money. All these people are underpaid. Most of them, like I'd say 99%, that might probably more than that, are people of color. And most of those people of color are from another country. And they're not getting paid much of anything. They're treated poorly. They're in unsafe environments, working crazy hours. And I'm looking around this place, and I was like, where are all the white people? Where are all the white people? And the white people, they're in the offices. That's where the white people are, mainly white offices. The supervisors are people of color, but they're on a very short leash. So you know what I'm saying? I've seen that leash get yanked a few times, and pretty much, look, can't whip people no more. But what you can do is have a whole bunch of rules. All right, now some of these rules are legit for safety and order and blah, 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 I guess. And some of these rules are not legit. Some of these rules are very arbitrary. Some of the rules that are legit are enforced arbitrarily. And so pretty much this dude, Doug, and people who work closely with him are able to just, if that person's getting a little bit out of line, arbitrary rules. All right, you yank that chain, you whip them. You know what I'm saying? Or write-ups. Freudian slip, right? The write-ups are a perfect way for people like Doug to keep people in check, you know, because you can't whip them anymore. You know, you need to be a perfect slave, or if not, they'll use these rules, the write-ups, to get you in order. I'm not saying that this dude, Doug, is racist. I'm just laying out the optics. Because everything I just said is factual. Those are some suspect optics, are they not? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And in his world, this dude, Doug, big white dude, now he'll do this like he has no idea the environment that the people that are working for him are what they have to go through day-to-day basis, right? He has no idea their financial situations. He does not care. He has no idea how people like myself, black people, and other people of color are seeing how he's treating people, what he's doing. A lot of them think similarly as I do, but he doesn't care. He's in his own world, and either he doesn't care, or he's just, I think, in some ways, he just doesn't even know. He's just totally oblivious to these optics that I just laid out. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is privilege. There it is. It's clear as day. That's privilege. You're totally away from something. You're like immune to the bad that's going on because of your position, right? That's what it is. You know, and I imagine in his mind, he's probably saying to himself, man, I'm blessing all of these people of color. All these people come over from other countries, and I'm providing jobs for them. He probably thinks of himself as some sort of hero, right? Ridiculous. It's like, you know, R. Kelly. It would be like R. Kelly believing that, and he probably did think this, maybe still does, believing that he's some sort of hero to those girls. You know, I'm grooming them. I'm bringing them into the industry. I'm blessing their lives. Ridiculous. That's what it would be like. But he's oblivious. And that brings up my last point, all right? Last person I'll bring up. We'll say that her name is Shaquita. I don't know. Name's not important, but this happened a long time ago. And this was a lady. This was at church. I was in church, and this lady wanted to get with me, all right? She wanted to be with me. Now I knew this, but I was playing dumb because I was trying to get with somebody else, right? So she, white lady, comes up to me. I remember she's close to me and she's like getting all, all up on me and stuff like that. And, she blurts out, again, she's trying to get with me, right? She says to me, "You smell good." Then she says, and there's a bunch of people around. Right? It's not just her and I. It is a bunch of people around, majority white people, but regardless. She says, "You smell good. Most black people don't smell that good." And then she like turns to the people around. You know how certain black dudes smell? Certain black dudes smell a certain way. You don't smell like that though. She said that with a straight face, like she wasn't joking. And again, she's trying to get with me. She's trying to get my good graces, right? She has no idea, totally oblivious that she's being offensive, being racist. Now, I'm not saying that she herself was or is racist. I'm simply saying, I mean, she might be, and she might, maybe she was, maybe she still is. I don't know. I haven't kept in contact with this person, so I don't know. Point being, she did not realize how offensive she was being. Didn't know. Totally oblivious. Privilege. Racism. That some people don't believe exists, right? I went to church to find Jesus. I found racism. How about that? So, in closing, man, I'll talk to some of my white friends about some of this kind of stuff because some of them to this day don't understand what black people, what people of color, minorities deal with on a day-to-day basis. What we see and what we endure. So I'm saying, look, minorities, we need to stick together for sure. We need to stick together when it's time to, start the revolution. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right. I'm only kind of joking. Not really though. I'm ready. You need to be ready. Seriously though, we need to look out for one another. To the white people, y'all need to check yourself for sure. Check yourself because you might be like my friend. What did I call her? Shaquita. Whatever I named her. You might be like her and not know. You might be like Doug and not know. Maybe he does know and just doesn't care. Or you might be like Doug. I could call Doug a slave master. I could say it. I could say that. And to all the slave masters out there, I would say, look, all those slave movies all end the same. All right, you push black people, but in the end, you push them enough, and then there is an uprising. All right, there's a revolution, and I'm telling you, then it's going to be like, everyone on Fox News is going to be like, why are these black people so mad? You know what I'm saying? Y'all should know. I'm trying to warn you now. All right, I'm trying to warn you. Or you know what? Keep on doing it. Black people, people of color, minorities, let's get ready for this revolution, y'all. Let's get ready.